The YouTube algorithm is vast and complicated in its workings, but once you understand the basics and how to work with it rather than against it, your channel growth trajectory will literally go vertical. There have been some significant changes with the algorithm this year. Number one being that small channels are actually being shown in the feed. We're gonna talk a ton about that later. And the second thing is what I'm calling the YouTube algorithm X Factor of 2025, which was dropped by YouTube engineers just earlier this year. On top of all of those things, I'm gonna show you exactly how the algorithm works, the exact steps you need to take to get it to work with you, and yeah, at that point, I think we're gonna be able to call it a day. We've got a lot of ground to cover, so buckle up, grab your notes. I am so excited to share this with you. Let's go. Okay, the foundation of understanding the algorithm is understanding its systems and goals in as simple terms as possible. So I've put together a couple visuals to help illustrate this. Let's zoom out to YouTube as a whole, first of all, represented by this large circle. Within YouTube, we have every topic and niche out there represented by each one of these dots. Yes, I drew this circle by myself. Thank you. Yes, I know, it's great. Now zooming in just a little bit closer, within every single niche, we have a plethora of channels. Now, you probably know this, but some niches have more channels and some have less. But it's really important to note here that every niche, no matter the size, acts as a creator ecosystem and is critical for the success of YouTube growth. Let me say that again. Your competition on YouTube is part of the key to your success. More on that later. Now, zooming in one more level, we're looking at the channel level. This is where you're at, and we're gonna spend a lot of time here today. This is likely familiar territory for you, especially those who have been publishing for quite a while. Now, every channel has videos that need to be pulled to viewers. But really quick, let's zoom back out. Follow with me here. Now the stage is set for the algorithm to pull your content to the viewer, but that's where most people put a big question mark, but not you, not anymore. It's time to put yourself in the shoes of the viewer. YouTube's algorithm takes the viewer's data to best understand what videos to show them. As YouTube gathers more and more data, it does a better and better job of learning what the viewer might like to see. As it learns more and more, it will also start looking at other viewers' data to see who's exhibiting similar interests or patterns and tendencies as your viewers to make even better recommendations. Now blow this up to millions and millions of users and likely billions and billions of data points, plus an AI machine learning that you now have the YouTube algorithm and all of its complexity. That's really the YouTube algorithm system. Okay, now get back into your own shoes here. Let's take a look at your creator shoes and talk about those data points. Remember, YouTube's algorithm is viewer focused in the sense that all of the data points are primarily attached to the viewer, not to you. So viewers interacting with your videos actually gives YouTube more and more data on how viewers like what you have to offer, giving your content more or less of a chance of being seen, depending on how many views you're getting or impressions. So what can you actually do about this? How can you take less views and make more views? I actually have another visual for this. Remember that channel level visual from just a little bit earlier? Well, when you're building out your channel, you can do it in a way that helps the algorithm know exactly who to show your videos to. Now, let's talk about videos for a minute. Within every single niche, there are narrow appeal videos and more broad appeal videos, and of course, tons in between. And as a creator, you can choose to make any of these videos. But there's an added layer of complexity here, and that's when you make a wide variety of videos, even within the same niche, it is difficult for YouTube's algorithm to understand who to show your videos to. And a big part of that is that your channel just likely doesn't have enough data. Even if you have a lot of videos, it won't be enough data because the videos are too different. So you have to start being a little bit more strategic. You have to look at the scale of broad appeal and narrow appeal and also balance where within the niche you want to position yourself. Now here's the cool thing. Once you have a decent idea of these two things, you're gonna know whether you're targeting a larger segment of your niche or a smaller segment of your niche, narrow versus broad, and then you're also gonna be giving the algorithm consistent signaling about your niche position. Now, here's the crazy part. Most creators just don't know this. They have never heard this before. Now the question might come up, should I be narrow or should I be broad? Maybe somewhere in the middle, that would make sense. And after being on YouTube for many, many years and working with thousands of creators, I would always say to do your best to land somewhere in the middle. The most narrow appeal viewers will always be those deep, probably heavily informational videos, educational style videos that only someone who's really deep into the niche might want. And the most broad appeal is probably a bunch of people who are in the niche, but then also those who just have kind of an interest or curiosity around the niche. If you ride down right down the middle of the road, you have the best chance of getting your channel to grow fast. Now, I want to nail down something really quickly. When we talk about positioning yourself inside a niche, we're talking about coming up with a very specific user or viewer in mind. A lot of times we'll call this a channel avatar. When you're thinking about who your videos are for within a niche, you want all of your videos to essentially target a single avatar. At very most, you should have 2 or 3 avatars, with all of your videos at least having some amount of interest to all 3. But again, if you have one primary avatar, you're gonna be giving YouTube the best chance of understanding who your videos are for. And as YouTube starts to understand other similar channels and other similar topics and videos to yours, if you have that avatar nailed down, that single viewer that you're really looking for, that you think your videos are for, YouTube is gonna know who that video is for, and who your next video is for, and who your next video is for, and you're not gonna be struggling to get views on every single new video, just feeling like you're barely treading water, getting a few views every single time. This will make all the difference. So take this opportunity to build out an avatar for your channel. A great way to do this is to use AI, have it prompt you through the process of building a channel avatar. Or you could just look at some of your user demographics and turn that into an avatar. You can look at some of the videos that have done best on your channel. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but the most important thing is that you just start doing it. If you don't remember anything else, always think back to this visual. Especially in the beginning of your channel, you want your videos to be positioned in the same vicinity of your niche over and over again, so that the videos are naturally overlapping in audience. And you're gonna want your videos to do this so that you have enough broad appeal so that YouTube has a large test pool to test your videos with. And here's a couple channels that I've pulled up that are more broad appeal, medium appeal, and then sort of the more narrow appeal, just so you have an idea of what I'm talking about here. I want you to really look into this. I would even recommend, if for those of you taking notes, write down, go look in your own niche and figure out what channels are doing broad appeal, what are doing medium appeal, and what are doing narrow appeal. That's really gonna help you understand where you want to land in your channel. All right, now for some more exciting stuff, let's talk really quickly about YouTube pushing out more small channels. I'm so excited to see this, and this is something that I just can't get over. So many of you have expressed your excitement on this too, and there are a lot of new channels that I've personally been seeing that are just new and interesting and engaging, and that's just so awesome to me to see. And while newer channels are being shown, there does seem to be something interesting happening here, and that's that there seems to be a cap on views. And I know some of you are seeing this out there, where YouTube will push the video out, they'll let it get views, but then even if it has decent stats, it just stops, sort of dead in the water. And here's what I think is going on. YouTube is giving small creators a better chance to be seen, but there's still a large gap in data. Remember, a huge part of the algorithm's learning not just happens on a single video, but on multiple videos and even across multiple channels in the same vicinity of your niche. And so if that data is not there, it's just not something that can be filled in overnight. And without that data, YouTube doesn't have the trust in your video or your channel to push it out a little bit farther. And honestly, whether we like it or not, this just takes time. The more quality videos, focus on quality, that you have on your channel, the better job that you're gonna do to send YouTube signals that your videos and channel might be similar to another creator's videos or channel. And then the faster YouTube is gonna give your videos more airtime. Focus on making those connections in every piece of quality content. It makes the difference. The other thing that you have to do is focus on these 4 things: titles, thumbnails, intros and hooks, and storytelling. I'm gonna pause right now so that you can write that down. Write down those 4 things: titles, thumbnails, intros/hooks, and storytelling. Now, there is absolutely no way that I could do all of those topics justice within this video. So I've actually taken all of our best videos from this channel talking about those things and put them into a playlist for you that will show up at the end of this video. So note that in your notes. You have to get good at these things. And so at the very least, go save the playlist and watch it later. You are gonna thank me. From a statistical and analytical perspective, these are the things that matter the most to YouTube. Okay, it is time to talk about the X factor of the YouTube algorithm in 2025. Now, as I combed through every publicly available resource and some private resources, I found that the YouTube engineers were talking about something outside of the numbers, outside of the data, outside of the analytics, And it's a phrase that they just kept using over and over, popping up throughout their videos. Something that the algorithm's actually using to learn what videos people like without people even knowing. It's what they're calling viewer satisfaction. And as I listen to them talk about viewer satisfaction over and over again, I realize that it all comes down to one thing. And that's giving your audience exactly what they desire. Maybe they want to just come and have fun on your channel, fun watching your videos. Maybe they want to feel some connection, friendship. Maybe it's just that you're gonna show them step by step how to do something that they need to learn. Maybe they just want to be entertained. Maybe they just want to take a break from life. Whatever form your videos take, there is a core audience desire attached to it. And at the end of the day, that's really all the algorithm's trying to do, is they're just trying to understand what people's core desires are to make them watch more and make them watch longer. And all the different metrics and stats and inputs to their algorithm all point to this one thing. And maybe you've just never thought about it like that before. And I don't blame you for that. Honestly, most people don't. It's way easier just to throw videos out over and over again on your channel, just hoping something sticks. But to be honest with you, with a plan like that, you're gonna end up like the 94% of all YouTubers who are not successful, who never ever even get monetized. If you're ready to take your channel seriously and follow a tried and true plan, take a look at this. This is our YouTube system, and it guides you through the most critical growth phases of your channel, ensuring that you don't miss anything. And the cool part is that we're so confident it works that we give you a guarantee that you'll be monetized within 50 videos. And if you're already monetized, we'll help you 10x your growth and earnings on your channel. I guarantee you that this is the move that you need to take to grow your channel today. But if you're not serious about your content, you just want to dabble in creating videos, check out our free YouTube beginnings course. That will probably help you grow a little bit too. Both of these are linked in the description of this video. Go check them out. Go check out our YouTube Kickstart playlist so that you can get all the skills mastered that you need to succeed on YouTube. And if you have any questions or comments or concerns, as always, leave them in the comments below. I love helping you guys and I love having the community discussion. Thanks for being here, channel makers. I hope this video has been helpful for you. There's so much that goes into the YouTube algorithm, and I know that if you can just understand it a little bit better, you will have so much better chance of growing and succeeding on YouTube. Until next time, we'll see ya.